What's good, YouTube? Target here and welcome to another episode of Design and Manage, my city Skylines and modded Let's Play series. So, part 50, huh? Would have thought we would get to 50 videos on this particular series. I have to admit, when I first started this series, roughly 1 year ago, I didn't expect we would get this far, mainly because I always intended this series to be very short-paced and with very slow progress, but very methodical and also very detailed. And I wasn't sure if there would be anyone interested in watching such a series, but thankfully I was wrong. And I got quite a loyal following. A lot of you seem to enjoy this series, seem to enjoy my videos, and I want to thank you all deeply from the bottom of my heart for following me for such a long time. And hopefully we'll have much more videos to come. But anyway, moving on to the main topic of this video. Initially I had thought about doing something special, perhaps a city tour with some cinematic shots. I was going to install the cinematic camera mod in a backup copy of the city, of course, because the city is intended to play without any mods. Unfortunately, this video has arrived at a time in my life where I am extremely busy with work and also some other stuff that I've been doing. So I have no time to plan and prepare a video of that nature. So unfortunately, today we'll have a pretty normal episode and I will leave the video tour for a future stage. And I hope you guys don't mind. So, on the last episode we have completely developed our residential suburbs, or the northern part of the city. In this particular shot is the left part of the city. And we have also developed the leisure district on a part of the island. And today I think we are finally going back to developing our sunken park in the central part of the city. Hopefully we will be able to finish it by the end of this episode. So without further ado guys, let's start working. Okay, just a quick overview of my park. If you are a new subscriber or you simply don't remember, this is the dashboard ferry park, the one that occupies this entire area right in the middle of the city. We are making an income of roughly 2k or almost 2k, which is pretty good. Considering the size of the park. This is a relatively big park, and this park is mainly composed of two areas. We have northern area, which is pretty much the most important area of the park. This is where the main gate is actually located, which is this one over here, and it's also the place where we have the highest number of attractions, such as the Ferris wheel, the drop tower ride, and also this thing over here, which is the pendulum ride, of course. And then we have a narrower part of the park, so to say, that comes right underneath the highway and connects to this area over here, where I have a central park, which is an asset that I think it comes with a particular DLC, but I don't quite remember. I have a few assets spread around my park area, namely near the entrances, but I think we can spruce it up a little bit and add some more assets. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I've thought about adding some more detail at around this location because it's an important passageway between this entrance over here and also these ones as well. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. First things first, I'm gonna get my pathways, and I'm gonna get this one over here, and I'm gonna expand it all the way over here, connect these two segments. And I also want to upgrade this pathway to a pathway without trees, because we are going to place some buildings over here and I don't want to have any trees obstructing the view. Now let me just select the buildings that I want to place. This area is very small, so unfortunately I don't have any room to place decently sized buildings, so I'll have to put some smaller ones. And I think I'm gonna place these ones, the game booths, and I'm gonna put one over here, right about over here. Yeah, that's cool. And I want to try to make an interesting shape, hopefully, if I can do this. Let's make it over here. Let's make sure the tiles are perfectly aligned. That's pretty good. And we're gonna make a final one right about over here. And yeah, I kind of like this shape, so we're gonna keep it. And we'll do the same at around this location. So let me grab this booth and put it over here. And do the same over here. In fact, I don't really like how this has turned out, so I'm going to demolish it and build everything all over again. I thought this would be an interesting shape, but unfortunately this gap over here and this very close junction over here is annoying me pretty much, so I am going to delete these parts over here and move these ones further ahead to the junctions. Okay guys, I have scooted these game booths up towards the intersections, and I've also added these tiles in between just so I can put some custom decorations. And now I can place my final buildings. I am not going to overcomplicate this. I just want to put a set of a cafe. There you go. Some toilets. And this will be a perfect location for it. And also some souvenir shops, or at least one of them. And I can put it right about over here, perfect. And maybe I can even put a swinging boat right about over here, right under the bridge. And hopefully it will not intersect with the pillars or the height of the bridge. And no, it doesn't, it fits very well, I like it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for our park. Now I just have to place some custom decorations. Okay, so these game booths, just as the name suggests, have some game machines. I was going to say slot machines, but I don't think they're quite it. So I think I'm going to continue the pattern and place some custom ones on these areas over here, just so I can unify these two together and pretty much make a big gigantic asset. So I think I'm gonna place two of them over here right next to each other and two more over here just to make it symmetrical. And I think I'm gonna place these ones as well. And I think I'm just gonna place one right about over here and another one over here. Okay, pretty good. Now I think I wanna place a table right across the middle, perhaps some lamps, and let me try to rotate them to make everything symmetrical, pretty good. And yeah, there you go. Perhaps I can even add some more benches, or maybe just another table over here. And yeah, I believe that's a suitable location. And maybe I can even place some balloon vending machines right next to the lampposts. There you go, pretty cool. And maybe I can even put this cotton candy car right about over here. Okay, pretty cool, I love it. And let's do the same to the other side.
The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas. A forest fire is
Look what we have here.
Area. Leave campsites and tree houses immediately.
That's funny. I thought we had some more forest fires in the past. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure we had some forest fires in the past. But for some reason this is the first time I am hearing this warning. Perhaps that's because it wasn't a forest fire, but rather a building catching fire that then spread to a nearby tree. Yeah, that's probably the reason. At least that's the only explanation that I have. But anyway, this area is so desert, there's no way for this fire to spread, so I'm not even going to worry about this. Alright, we've managed to make some pretty attractive game booths. Just to wrap this thing up, I want to place a sign right about at the entrance of this one. Yeah, pretty cool. And maybe we can do the same on the other side. Let's place it right about here. Perfect. And now, just to finish this particular asset creation, I want to put a fence right in the back of this facility so that people cannot cross from one way to the other. So I need to make sure, okay, the road length and the road guidelines are disabled, so I am just going to make a path all the way over here, and now perhaps I can connect it over here. Okay, I like it, pretty cool. And of course, let's just do the same on the other side. So path all the way over here. And over here, okay. Perfect. Okay guys, so the park is pretty much complete in terms of buildings, and now there's only one thing left to do, which is decorate the whole thing with trees. Now previously, before I had started doing the amusement park, this area was already decorated with trees, but because I'm playing on a snow map, the trees were not very noticeable. They were pretty much white, so I went this time for the park to be noticeable when I'm looking from far away, like I'm watching right now. So if I zoom in, I want to show you something else. Here we have a test pretty much that I've been doing off camera. This is a set of trees, or these are sets of trees that I thought would be adequate for this park. Now, the biggest contrasting trees are these ones over here, the conifers and also the pine trees. I believe these are pine trees. So I think I'm gonna place one of them for sure. I think I'm gonna go for the conifers because they are much more detailed, these ones over here. And I want to combine them with another type of tree. So I think I'm gonna combine them with these ones or perhaps these ones. I still haven't decided. So anyway, I'm gonna set off the base layer for trees. I'm gonna start with these ones, the conifers, and then I will add a second layer of trees, a different type of tree, to make everything much more interesting. Now, you guys know how I like to do things. I like to do everything in time-lapse, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. It's been a while since we had a good time-lapse on this channel, so yeah, let's start working on this. I hope you enjoy the time-lapse, guys. There we go, guys. The park is pretty much complete. I have done a combination of 3 different types of trees, as you could see. I really like how it turned out. It looks very organic, very natural. We have some strategically placed clusters, and we also left some spaces in blank just to provide kind of an interesting layout to the whole thing, instead of just putting trees in the whole thing and without being able to see the pathways and the buildings. And it also seems that we are having a fire on the northern part of the city, which is typical of my series. But let me just show you some cinematic shots of the finished park. Okay, now that we have completely developed the park, and given that we have some time left on the clock, I think we can work on other things of the city. Perhaps I am going to resume what I've started on the last episode, which is work on the new leisure district of our new island. But before that, there's actually something that I should do, which is optimize these ferry lines, which is something that we haven't done quite in a while, and given that we have created a bunch of new lines, we should touch on that. So if I go to the public transport panel and I click on the ferry lines, we can see that we have some very efficient lines, the ones that have 90 passengers, for example, and then we have another one with 46, but then we also have some very inefficient lines like this one, which has 0 passengers. And I can pretty much see that the most efficient lines are the shorter ones. So for example, this one is this new line that I have created on last episode. As you can see, a lot of people using it. And the ones that have the least passengers are the longest lines because, well, people prefer faster transportation options to go such long distances. So what I think we can do now is completely remodel the line. Up until this point I have done lines with only 2 stops, so lines that go to A to B. But now that we have a bunch of stops, or a bunch of ferry piers or ferry stops, we can actually make long lines that stop several times along the coastline until they reach the final destination. And I think that will make the lines much more efficient and also much more desirable and appealing to use. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause the simulation. I'm gonna go again to the ferry line tab and I'm gonna delete all of them. And there we go. I'm completely destroying my work, which is fine. There we go. And now we can start making some lines. I think I'm gonna do a total of 3 lines, and I think I'm gonna start over here doing the first line, and I'm gonna start right at the public transport hub. I'm gonna start over here. I'm gonna make a stop right about over here, connect it to the stop over here, and finally connect it to its final destination, which is our leisure island. And then we can pretty much turn back by making stops on the exact same locations. And there we go, this is our first line. Now we can make the second one that starts right about over here. It stops on the exact same location, and now it will pretty much connect to this stop, or this ferry pier, and connects here again, comes back, and connects right back at the ferry pier at the public transport hub. Now we can make a final line that starts over here, comes to this stop, and wraps around at around over here. So yeah, let's just do that, and the same thing over here. And there we go. Let's see these new lines in action. It will take some time until we start seeing some values in our newly made lines, so while the game adjusts to the new changes, I think we can start working on this particular block. Now, on the last episode, I've mentioned that I would like to turn this area over here into a park, into a custom park, so to say. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, and I think that is going to be very cool in raising the land value of this particular district. So I'm gonna go into our district tab, and I am gonna make a park right about on this block. So let's just do that. Oh, and by the way, on the last episode I've mentioned that I was going to find names for these districts, but unfortunately I still have not came up with any followers that I want to name my districts after, so that will have to wait. Okay, our park district is now drawn. I present to you Victoria Gardens. I think it's a suitable name, so we'll keep it for now. And I need to convert this into a custom park now. One of the things that I found out is that if I go to the pathway options, we can see that this particular asset, the Snow Castle restaurant, is it? Snow Castle restaurant, yeah. It pretty much provides access points to a pathway, so I can pretty much make a pathway all the way over here, and I can even connect a pathway. I think it was over here, right? Or am I wrong? Oh no, it's this one. Yeah, I can pretty much make a pathway that people will cross, even though it doesn't connect right in the center. I don't know why that is, but I think we can fix it by disabling all the guides and connecting all the way over here. And yeah, and hopefully people will use this pathway and we can see people going right through the middle of the gate. And speaking of gates, we should start placing our first gate. I'm gonna turn this into a regular city park. No, it's this one. And I'm gonna place a small park main gate. This area is very small, so there's pretty much no reason to make a big park area out of this. So I'm gonna make a park over here, and there we go. We have unlocked a bunch of things that we will use in the future. And now we should start making our pathway network, and I want to connect all the way over here, and unfortunately the game does not allow me to do that, so I need to delete this, enable all the guides all over again, and continue it. I also think I will want to put secondary gates, one at about over here and another one at about over here. And why? Oh, it's not in a park area. Well, we can fix that, hopefully, by enlarging our park district. Alright, there we go, problem solved. And now we can finish up the development of our pathway network that will pretty much go across the entire commercial district. And I really do not want to delete this, so maybe we can make a short connecting point over there, and we can connect it back. Okay, pretty cool. And now we can connect this back and convert this to pathways with trees, because they look cool. Alright, perfect. Now we can start putting some decorations. For the time being, I'm just gonna place a park plaza right about over here in the corner. I wanna put a cafe right over here and some restrooms right next to it, and finally some park info booth, or a park info booth at around this particular location. Pretty cool. I think it looks very nice, at least for the time being. And now I also want to try out putting some fences, if I can find them. Let's see if I can find them. Yeah, there you go. These are the ones. And I also want these on this particular building, because I want to try something out. Let me just grab the pathways, not the pathways, sorry, the fences. And I want to make a fence at about over here. Doesn't work. What about over here? Okay, pretty cool. Perhaps we can even connect it all the way over here. Alright, I'm liking the way this is turning out to be. And we can come all the way over here, all the way over there. wrap around the commercial buildings and connect at about over here. And let's see, I can come over here and connect it back. I need to delete these commercial buildings. And let's disown this as well. And now we can continue the fences and go all the way over here. And again, I need to disown this. And finally, I will be able to... it seems I cannot connect over there. But that's fine because I have something in mind. And yeah, we can connect over there. And yeah, there we go. That's pretty much it. But now I also wanna try and make this entrance a bit more interesting by making a curve, except the game does not allow me to. So I'm just gonna make a diagonal shape over here. And I'm gonna make a diagonal shape over there. Okay. And I'm gonna do the same over here. There we go, just to make all of this much more interesting. Yeah, I like it. Look at this, perfect. And the same thing over here, but because this is the main entrance, perhaps I can do something even more interesting, which is make a curve connection right about over here. Okay, look at that. Pretty cool. I really like this entrance. You know what? I really want to try to find a way to make this work. So if I come all the way over here, oh, look at that. It actually connects pretty good. So now there's no reason to have these straight fences. We can curve everything, and we can do the same on this side as well. Okay. Okay, we managed to make quite a friendly park. It really fits in the area very nicely, mainly because the trees that I've used match the trees that are used in this particular asset, so I think it turned out pretty okay. Let me just check out the stats. So we're making a total income of 160, now it dropped to 50, and some expenses of 184, which is fine. Perhaps we can add some more buildings in the future to this particular park, but for now I'm satisfied and it will be pretty much okay. Also, before I end up this episode, I want to take a look at my ferry lines, my newly built ferry lines. So let's just take a look at them, and yeah, it looks like we have everything much more balanced now, as we have people using all the ferry lines and we don't have any of them empty, so to say. So let's see how much people are in each stop. So we have quite a few people over here. Let's see if anybody gets out. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Nobody is using this thing, but that's because I don't have anything zoned over there. Let's see if this ferry is still very populated. Yes, it is, and people love this particular ferry stop. That's amazing, cool. And I'm guessing this one, yeah, this one is pretty much crowded because now I have two major lines coming through it, so I'll probably have to replace this asset for a higher capacity asset, so to say, because this is really a lot of people waiting for the ferry. And I'm assuming the same is going on in this particular one. Yeah, there we go, a lot of people. And finally at our public transport hub, it's pretty much controllable because the traffic is distributed into two different stops. Oh, and since we're here, let's take a look at our public transport hub. Let's see if we have still quite a bunch of people using it. It seems that's the case. Yeah, people love the metros over here. Pretty nice. And yeah, we still have a lot of people using the trams. I remember when we first built this, we had very little people using this particular connection. But now we have a reasonable amount of people using it, so that's cool. There's also something that I haven't done, which is use the bus stops for this particular monorail bus hub. So that's something that I need to take care of. I need to place some regional bus lines that connect this station to different corners of the city by bus. But anyway, I'm rambling and I think we have done enough for today. Okay then guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Once again, I want to thank every single one of you who have been with me since the beginning. And if you haven't been with me since the beginning but you are a recent follower, welcome to the channel, and I hope you follow me for more 50 videos hopefully, or even 100, who knows. Thank you for all the support, and I'm really glad that my videos are able to inspire people and also help people build better cities and play this game a bit better, making it more enjoyable. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please consider giving it a like, it really helps out my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow the development of this city. If you have any suggestions for things that I should build in the future, please leave a comment. And finally, if you want to connect with me online, don't forget to follow me on social media. Thank you so much for watching guys, and as always, have fun!